Hello, my name is Jeff McGregor. I am the founder of Wonks. I've been in the digital marketing industry for 15 years now. Wonks is a premier provider of all digital services for the Australasia region, though we predominantly operate within New Zealand. We have around about 210 clients under management in any given month, making us one of the largest providers of service in the country. I employ 28 staff, soon to be 30 as we recruit for two new individuals, one joining our project management team and one joining our sales team. Yeah, quite a focus on customer service. We pride ourselves on being the best. I have a very clear mandate to deliver real results. We have a 30-day notice period. We stand behind our work. And I'm very proud of the team that I have built over the last decade or so, really strengthening the way that we operate. This industry can be fraught in terms of the quality of service, and we have made it our mission to raise the level of service and provision. Now, Jeff Ashenden has asked me to take a look at some of the ad campaigns that were put forward by Amanda Maxwell for the New Zealand Society of Genealogy. Those results are perfectly adequate, but they don't use some of the more modern techniques that we would recommend for an ad campaign of this type. And that's simply because it is a difficult thing to do if you are not familiar with it. And Google is particularly adept at making it appear that a campaign has been successful, when in truth, what they were doing was taking your ad spend. I'm going to quickly run through the analysis of the site, and then I'm going to talk about the campaign and what we would recommend moving forward. So without further ado, let me share my screen. Desktop 2, there we go. Right, so this is your website currently. This is the homepage. Now, what strikes me is from the conversation with Jeff, you are looking at joining or having new members join. When I look at the site, however, there are two types of things that we're looking for. Like a call to action is either going to be wording or it's going to be color. It's going to be emphasis. Now, the emphasis at the moment is on donate. It is not on join us. But even still, when I look at the donate and join us sort of sequencing and how we are going to get people to either A, donate or B, join up, it isn't straightforward. So if I click on donate, I don't actually get to the donate page. I get to a secondary page. I don't know how many bequests you actually receive in any given year versus donations. As a layperson, I would expect not as many. I'd imagine more donations come in. So realistically, we should be sending them straight to this page, and it should say with a link here, if you would like to bequeath money to us, you can click here and you can download that particular form, right? Let's make it simple for users to be able to conduct the business. The age demographic that you are talking to will be older, no doubt, and therefore that cohort is going to be less inclined toward online usability. And with what is being told in the media with fraud and with scam attempts on credit card payments, there is a lot of commentary from the banks and from the media that would recommend that you should not use online services, or at least you should be, critical of what you're doing. And that will build in the mind's eye of your potential members reluctance to convert. So we need to overcome that. And making it nice and simple and easy is one way of overcoming that. If I was to look at the Join Us section, you've got three sort of areas that you need to complete. Now, if you consider that this is a cart, if we were selling a product on a website, this is no different. So we have a funnel that we need to get users to go through. So if I was to click on I don't have an account and click continue, I have a couple of sections to fill out: contact details, physical address, postal address, login details. I'm not going to go through, but then in the second section, you've got profile and confirm. Where in this section are users dropping off? That is the question that we need to answer before we start piling more money into the advertising. Because we could be spending $1,000 a day on the site or on the ads, but if the site is not fit for purpose and we are not encouraging conversion, then we are wasting the money. The point is that we need to understand what users are doing, where the bottlenecks are, resolve those bottlenecks, and then incrementally increase the ad spend. So my question would be, where are things not being added? Where is the detail that we need to understand? And you would learn this through Google Analytics. So there's a lot of information that we can gain by looking at what the age of the users are, what the demographic, what type of machine that they're accessing it on. Is it a mobile? Is it a laptop? Is it a Mac computer? Is it a Windows machine? A whole variety of different details that we can ascertain that's going to make your recruitment that much more successful. I'd also say that because of the reluctance for people to purchase online, one of the things that they're going to want to do is potentially speak with somebody. Now, there is no contact us link on this header. That's a problem. And if I go down to the bottom of the page where I can find it, it's not easily found. But when I do click on it, I see that there is a phone number here, but there's no phone number in the header. There's no phone number on the left-hand side on any of the pages. And I mean, I don't know how often that phone is manned. It is obviously a volunteer organization. Nevertheless, people are going to want to contact you. They're going to want to get in touch, and we want to encourage that as much as we possibly can. Half of your conversions will probably come from a genealogist, someone who's involved in the process in the industry, actually speaking to someone and going, "Hey, I think that this would be really valuable if you were a member." So these are sorts of areas that we need to understand. If we look at the actual campaigns themselves, or the campaign itself, again, kudos to Amanda and to Greta for investigating this. And if this is a subcommittee of the board or the full board, I'm unsure. The campaign itself suffered from having too limited a daily budget. Now, of course, when someone's paying their own money, I can understand why they would be, wanting to temper what the investment is going to be. Additionally, when it is a test campaign, you're going to want to limit what the exposure is. So, by no means am I being critical. I'm just giving you that the true reality of it is that Google is a very astute company, and they know how to extract their pound of flesh, and that occurs by having a decent budget. My recommended budget for you would be between $15 to $20 a day, so between $450 and $600 a month is what you should be looking to spend. Now, you'll do an equation on what your membership fees are, how many you need to convert per month to achieve results, and for it to be successful, that's going to be predicated on what's called a cost per lead. And that number is how much did I spend on ads, how many did I convert, and you give a divisible number, and that's what your cost per lead is. So, for you might be looking at a cost per lead of, say, $20. But if they're spending $130 or whatever your membership fee is, that might work out in your favor, and then they've got to pay for the Kiwi collection as well. So these things that are in your favor, these are the calculations you'll want to do. When looking at the example of the ads, what this indicates to me is that you are using a search and display campaign as one, because this image can only show up on the display, and this image here will be a search ad, which will appear at the top of the search results page. What I'd recommend is that you have specifically a search campaign and specifically a display campaign. Both of them will need their own budgets, because this will mean that you have the right tool for the job. In a toolbox, you don't just have a screwdriver, you have a hammer, you have a drill, you have a Phillips head, you have a flathead, you have the Allen key, you have all the different parts so that you can, complete the build that you're looking for. Well, an ad campaign is similar to that. With regard to the results on the clicks and impressions, these are what I would refer to as vanity metrics. So great that you got clicks and great that you got impressions, but we want conversions. And a conversion typically is going to be a phone call, it's going to be an email, it's going to be a form submission, or it's going to be revenue in the form of a merchant purchase, and then dropping into your bank account. So you need to configure your goals in the analytics so that you can use the machine learning of the ad platform. Machine learning is simply 5,000 data points are below each user. We would never be able to guess what those 5,000 are, but Google knows what they are. And we know that if someone, for example, has gone to ancestry.com, search for that they're more likely to be involved in the industry and have interest, and therefore we're more likely to serve them an ad than we would be a young teenager, for example, who's maybe doing some research for a school project. We really shouldn't be serving our ads to that demographic or that cohort, because they're less likely to A, have money, or B, have an interest. So we really want to make sure that we've got the analytics set up there. With regard to the landing page, 58% of your traffic went to the landing page, homepage, should I say. Uh, Google recommends that you do not send traffic to the homepage. You want to be very specific in terms of where you are sending traffic. So if you are sending someone to the donations page, or should I say, if you're talking about donations, it should go to the donations page. If you are talking about membership, it should go to the membership page. If you're talking about the Kiwi collection, the destination URL should go to the Kiwi collection page. So the relevance is high. It's what creates what's called a quality score. The higher the quality score, the better off your ad campaign, the more successful it's going to be. So just a few tips and tricks in there that I would recommend that you looked at. Again, perfectly adequate in terms of what was done as a test campaign. It's good to validate it. There are a few things that we would definitely recommend to get the maximal return out of the campaign. Now, we can do that through what's called the Data Health Kit. That is a job that Jeff would have completed, and it is also something that, as a company, we've done over 5,000 times. This product includes the configuration of the analytics, so we can track to see what's happening with users on the site. It creates the remarketing campaign. Now, remarketing is if someone searches for if there's a genealogy.com or ancestry.com, anyone who searches for those terms would then have your ad follow them around, giving you the alternative choice. And the kind of content that you're using is going to be, obviously we're a New Zealand organization. We are far more relevant to the type of searches that you're going to be doing, and you're going to contextualize the message. So that is something that is important. What we also look at is the search volume, because if you're talking about just doing straight advertising, you are ignoring that you get organic traffic, that you get referral traffic, and we want to look at the entire pie when assessing how to best increase membership. We would put together a dashboard that could be used by the board or the marketing subcommittee to analyze results, and we would obviously create the search campaign so that you've got smarter targeting. Now, that at the moment is a 50% discount on what we would normally charge of $1,900. So it's $950 until the end of March. That will be a price that will not be beaten. We will not be, in fact, we've never had that pricing before. We are just looking to help kickstart the economy because it's a little bit laggard at the moment. So I won't include in this particular video what the entails, what is included in a data health kit. There is another 90-second animated video which I'll include for Jeff. If you have any questions, please put them through to Jeff and he will get in contact with me. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and for me to be able to talk to you. You guys have got a great organization. It's a well regarded society is my understanding. Certainly, I know that my parents have talked about genealogy in the past, and it's something as you get older that you want to know a little bit more about. So, I'd see that there should be a market for new membership. But anyway, have a wonderful day, and I look forward to the opportunity of potentially working with you guys.